Xbox Games Showcase just wrapped up a couple hours ago. So in this video, let's talk about it and I'll give you some of my impressions. Stay to the end and I'll tell you what I thought of the whole conference. Welcome back to another Tech Control video. Before we begin, I gotta remind you guys to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've seen a surge in subscribers recently and I really appreciate it. Let's keep the momentum going. Starting off the show with a bang, we got to see the Fable game. It was sort of rumored, teased the last few days, so we knew it was going to be there, but nice to see that it opened the show. It was only really a teaser, so no release date, but we do know that it is going to be in Gamepass. Moving on, by Compulsion Games, we got another teaser for a game called South of Midnight. No release date, but we do know that it is coming to Game Pass. Fair warning, you're going to hear me say the word Game Pass a lot because most of these games are coming to Game Pass day and date. Next up, we have Star Wars Outlaws. This is the first time in a long time that a Star Wars game is not made by EA. This one is made by Ubisoft now that the licensing is available to outside developers. The game looks very interesting, almost like a cross between Squadrons and Jedi Fallen Order, more or less. No gameplay in this trailer, but I can't wait to find out more about this game. No official release date other than it's coming next year in 2024. Next up, we have 33 Immortals. Yes, 33 co-op players can pick up, play with each other in some sort of top-down raid. It looks very interesting and very chaotic. I can't wait to try this. No official release date other than it's coming next year in 2024. This is another one that's coming to Game Pass. Payday 3, the sequel to Payday 2, first-person shooter mayhem, coming up in September 21st of this year, just in a couple months. Going to be available on Game Pass day one. Next up, Persona 3 Reload. Yes, this game and the other Persona game that I will mention coming up soon got leaked a couple days ago, got leaked early, so we knew it was going to be here, but nonetheless, it's still coming, and it's also coming to Game Pass early next year, 2024. Next up, by Obsidian, we have Avowed. Now, let me just take a quick second to talk about Avowed and my personal feelings just a little bit. So when we first got the teaser for Avowed, this game looked incredible. Kind of looked like Fallout, but with magic, and maybe something else mixed in there, I don't know what, but it looked pretty good. And now that I see this gameplay trailer, I'm sort of taking a step back, looking at it more carefully, and I'm not as impressed as I was with the teaser. Don't get me wrong, I'm still interested, but I think for this game now, I'm going to wait and see what the reviews are before I jump in and download it right away. Nonetheless, it's still coming, and it's also coming to Game Pass early next year, 2024. The very popular Games as a Service Sea of Thieves is getting a new DLC called The Legend of Monkey Island. We got a guest appearance from Blackbeard himself. He came to tell us that The Legend of Monkey Island is dropping on July 20th, and yes, on Game Pass as well. Next up, one of my favorite games or simulators of all time. Anyone that knows me knows that I love to play flight sim and pretend to be a pilot. But looks like we have the next generation of flight sim, and it's already a great game, but you can see that this time they've added missions and things like that. So, for example, right here, search and rescue, helicopter cargo transport, air ambulance, agricultural aviation. You have mountain rescue missions. You can be a skydive pilot. That was pretty cool how the pilot just flew right past the skydiver. It's pretty dangerous, but look at this. You can do cargo missions. That's the Beluga. Remote cargo operations, that's one of the heaviest planes in the game. Air races with obstacles that will definitely test your skills as a pilot. You can do experimental flights, low altitude training, executive transport, airship tours, hot air balloons. Looks like this game is going to have it all. Flight Sim 2024, going to be available on Game Pass. Next up, we have Senua Saga Hellblade 2. We got some more gameplay. The game continues to look amazing. This is one of those franchises. Well, it's only 2 games in the franchise, right? But I played and beat the first one, and it's one of those that I look back on and I still can't believe that I did it. Like, it's a horror game, but it's also combat based. It's very interesting. I can't wait for the second one. No official release date other than it's coming in 2024, and yes, it will be available on Game Pass. Yakuza fans must be happy we have Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Trailer's pretty funny where it's covering all the private parts while he's walking around and moving around and things like that, but no release date other than early 2024. Fallout 76 Atlantic City, no release date. Capcom keeping the momentum with a game called Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. No official release date, but we do know that it is coming to Game Pass day one. Forza Motorsport. No surprise here, the game looks gorgeous, coming out on October 10th, and yes, on Game Pass. Elder Scrolls Online with a new update called Necrom. No official release date, but yes, it will be on Game Pass. Fan favorite Overwatch 2 getting an update in August with a new fighter pack in addition to new co-op missions. Persona 5 Tactica. If you've ever played or enjoyed any type of these tactics games, then this is for you. Now let me just mention that Persona being on the Xbox is a huge deal. Persona has historically never been on the Xbox platform, and on top of that, it's going to be on Game Pass. This game comes out November 17th. Next up was Starfield. So even though Xbox is having its own Starfield Direct right after the game's showcase, we still got a gameplay trailer. I gotta say, Starfield does look pretty good. I mean, looks like you can explore over 1,000 planets, moons, stars, customize a lot of things, including your weapons, your ship, your friends, your stats. I think there's some sort of skill tree. And then when you're in space, you can encounter other ships and you can either battle them or choose not to, and you can trade with them. You can explore the different planets and you might come across some creatures. If not, then you would come across a lot of resources that you need for crafting. And one cool thing that they're allowing us to do is that they're letting us choose whether we want to play in first person or third person. Also, we have an official release date, September 6th. Yes, it's coming to Game Pass. After Starfield, we got a climbing simulator called Jusant. No official release date, but we do know that it is coming this fall. And yes, it will be available on Game Pass. We got a teaser for a game called Still Wakes the Deep. No official release date, just early 2024. And yes, Game Pass. We got a gameplay trailer for a game called Dungeon of Hinterburg. No official release date, just early 2024, and yes, Game Pass. The heavily rumored Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty DLC. Looks like they give you a whole new area to explore. It continues the story of V and Johnny Silverhand. Best known for his role on a little show called The Office, and I guess some other stuff. He is some sort of world famous actor, whatever. And they managed to throw Idris Elba somewhere in the mix. Pretty cool. Specifically for me, this is perfect timing because I waited to play Cyberpunk till they got all the bugs out and things like that. And it's near perfect. Don't get me wrong. It still needs a little bit of polish, but for the most part, the game is really good. I could see why everyone was talking as if it was going to win Game of the Year and all that kind of stuff. So this DLC dropping now is just perfect timing. I get to finish the game and continue the playthrough. Releasing September 26th later this year, and this will not be available on Game Pass. City Skylines is getting a sequel. I have coworkers that spend hours upon hours on this game. I'm very happy for them. Releasing October 24, and yes, it will be available on Game Pass. To end the show, they gave us hardware. They showed us a brand new carbon black Xbox Series S, this time in 1 terabyte of storage. Aside from this, they also committed to producing more Xbox Series X in light of the recent shortages. So that's it for the games showcase for Xbox. I thought it was a pretty decent show. If I had to give it a letter grade, I'd go with a B, maybe B-. There are quite a few games that I'm sure a lot of people will be happy about. But what's great is that Xbox is showing that they're dedicated to the games and the Xbox platform moving forward. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Give it a letter grade and let's see how it compares to everyone else. Once again, if you're not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button, the like button, share this video with a buddy or two, and let's continue to grow.